Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, y'all. Y'all know the drill. Come on, say with me. Wake up and win. Wake up and win. Wake up and win. Listen. Good morning. Good morning. And good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning on day 4 of Advent. I need to, day 4 of Advent. And thank you. Wake up and win. Wake up and win. Wake up and win. Yes, go. I'm all bundled up because it's cold, y'all. It's cold, and in my studio, I don't have a heater yet. I got to get a heater in my studio area. But good morning, and let's get into our wake up and win. It is also Wednesday, and y'all know the drill with Wednesdays. We encourage you to celebrate your wins, no matter how big, how small, no matter how intense. Maybe it was something very simple. Whatever the case is, whatever your wins have been in the last week, make sure to celebrate your wins. And for this month of December, we are combining our Advent message with our Wake Up and Win message. We're combining our Advent. So it is Advent Day 4. It is Advent Day 4. It's Advent Day 4. And we want to remind everyone that Advent is our time of preparation as we go into the Christmas season, um, remembering the birth of Christ. And so in Isaiah chapter 9, verse 2, in Isaiah chapter 9, verse 2, it speaks of a great light. In Isaiah chapter 9, verse 2, it speaks of a great light. And so for today's Advent message, what I want to encourage for all of our wake up and winners, all of our winners this morning, is to be to allow, not to be, to allow light in, to allow light in. So what we know to be true is that you can go through a major loss, you can recover, and you can win again. And part of that process is allowing light in. Again, Isaiah 9:2 speaks about a great light. And for many of us who have gone through a great difficulty, a great challenge, a traumatic experience, life can seem and feel very dark. And we go through seasons of darkness, even though we might be outside and there's sunlight, but we can go through feeling a sense of darkness. And part of what allows us to recover and get back out there and win again is to allow light in. Advent season is leads us to this great light. But I want to encourage you, those of you that are going through a great difficulty or you're recovering and restoring and thinking about how to win again, let light in. Let light in, right? So that light might come from community, it might come from family, it might come from friends, it might come from the environment that you're in. Good morning, LaRonda. Good morning. As you all come on in, like, share, and subscribe. The light might come in from a colleague or a coworker. The light might come in from an activity or being in an environment where there are some really positive things happening. But part of how we recover and restore and get back out there when again is we got to begin to let light in again. And so this Advent season, as Isaiah 9:2 speaks about a great light, right? Speaks about the great light. I want to encourage you to let that great light, whatever that is for you, but to let the light in. We are bearers of light, right? We are bearers of light. But there are real things that have happened to our lives. And our philosophy here is that you can go through a major loss, you can recover, restore, rebuild, renew, refresh, and you can win again. And part of that process of winning again is we have to also begin to let the light in. And I don't know what your light source may be. For me, a big part of my light source has been my faith. A big part of my light source is the community that has been with me from day one of losing my son. A big part of that light is my children and my grandchildren. They are suppliers of light. They give me so much light. And so I want to invite you to to tap into where the light comes from and allow that light in. And again, for me, it's my faith. For me, it's my community. For me, it's my children, my grandchildren at the very top. And then there's all these other avenues and people and activities, going to the gym, exercise, right? I started back roller skating, right? So even activities, bring light to, what was and what has been a dark season, right? And so wherever you find light, as Isaiah 9:2 reminds us in this Advent season about a great light, I want to invite you to let the light in this Advent season. If you're grieving, if you're going through a difficulty, if you're going through the first holiday without that loved one because their life they've transitioned, they've passed away. If you're having a struggle in this holiday season, I want to invite you to let the light in so you can recover, restore, rebuild, renew, refresh, and get out there and win again. Let the light in. Discover where light is for you. And it may your light source is not my light source, and vice versa. But wherever you find light, let that light in so you can get up, so you can get out there, and so you can win again. Isaiah 9:2 reminds us of a great light in this Advent season. Where do you find light? Who do you find light in? And let that light in. Let that light in to dispel the darkness, to dispel some of the heaviness, some of the weight, some of the sadness and the heartbreak. Let the light in. Let the light in. Because it's one thing for there to be access to light, it's another thing to let that light in. So I want to encourage you today to just put both your hands on your chest and just like symbolize, I'm going to let the light in. You know, there are people that God sends in our lives. There are opportunities. There are situations where we discover light. And now I got to let that light in. All right. So thank you for joining us on this Wednesday for our Wake Up and Win Word and day 4 of our Advent season. And I pray that this helps you as you go throughout your day, even throughout the season. When you're in spaces where there's light, remind yourself, let the light in. When people are there around you and they want to love on you, let the light in. When you're, at activities and that brings you joy and there's some happiness there, let the light in. In community, let the light in. That's it, LaRonda. Um, you know, family members, friends, let that light in to dispel some of that darkness. All right. I love you all. Have an amazing day. Thank you. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And remind yourself, I'm going to let the light in. I'm out, y'all. Peace.